for joining me today. I'm Janice McCord, the Digital Marketing Manager for all things IngramSpark. And I just want to say a big thank you, whether you're an aspiring author, creator, publisher, you could be anywhere else, but you decided to join Lynda and I, and we definitely appreciate it. Today, we're discussing why an author website is essential. So make sure to have your questions ready for the Q&A portion because you know we love a good giveaway. Please give a very, very, very warm welcome to our next guest, Miss Lynda Hamus. Thank you so much for joining me today and being my next guest on Ask the Self-Publishing Expert Live. But first, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, Lynda?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Janice, for having me. This is so much fun. And it's always fun to see where everybody calls in from. So I love to see that in the comments. Hello to London. I, Lynda Hamus from Tertulia, are calling in from New York City, sweltering and sunny New York City summer today. And my background, I've always had books in my life. I was a book publisher. I've sold books at an indie bookstore. I reviewed books, and I am now doing my dream job, which is running Tertulia. For those of you who don't know Tertulia, we started out as an online bookstore. I will venture to say the most delightful place online to discover and buy books. And a few months ago, we launched something new, and we launched something very passionate about. I think everybody on our team has been passionate about from the beginning at Tertulia, which is supporting authors and using our world-class technology to make author life a little more easy and a little more fun and a little more exciting. As you all know, authors are really, they are just in a world today expected to be so incredibly entrepreneurial, and there's a lot of kind of fragmented there's a lot of fragmentation out there and the tools that are available, and there's also a lot of scams out there. And we said, what if we created something that really solves a problem for authors? So for the topic today, Janice invited me in because we recently launched a website builder for authors. Now, would love for everybody to try this out as soon as possible, even if you already have a website, because you are not going to believe how easy it is. Basically, we're a bookseller too, so we have access to this metadata, tons and tons of metadata that we can pull in automatically to generate an elegant professional site in minutes, literally minutes. And, we're not going to demo that today because I'd rather get into our conversation with Janice, but you got to see it to believe it. And we already have thousands actually of people using this software and practically writing us love letters because it has been such a relief to stop using overpriced, clunky softwares. So anyway, we'll get into it. But that's who I am, one of 3 co-founders of Tertulia. And super excited to hear feedback from you guys after this conversation and to stay in touch.
Absolutely. And make sure you guys are all following Join Tertulia or Tertulia for Authors. Make sure that you're doing that, okay? So my first question for you, Lynda, in an age of social media, why is having a dedicated author website still considered one of the most crucial pieces of an author's online presence?
Janice, I would venture to say it's like one of the most important things in a writer's career to get that right early and to take that seriously. Now, a website, the author website is the one plot of land out there on the internet that you control entirely. Social media is great for building buzz and staying engaged and connected, but you don't have full control over it. So it's your home base. And perhaps most importantly, even if you don't want to blog every day or you don't have time for that, which that's, awesome if you do, or if you do every month, what you should be doing is collecting those email addresses of your fans and followers. You got to start that early, even if you don't have an email newsletter, and your site is the way to do that. You have a kind of professionalism that you give off once you even, maybe you're still getting your book set up at IngramSpark, or maybe you don't even have a book yet. Maybe you're trying to get a book deal. Doesn't matter. You got to get that author website set up to sort of show the world kind of who you are and also to generate buzz about your next book. So I think there's, tons of reasons why it's important. I think what I've seen struggle with sometimes is when should I do that? And in my view, like as soon as possible. If you know that you're going to be writing and publishing a book, you should have one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, what are some of the key differences between Tortulia's streamlined website builder compared to other platforms like Tortulia?
Sure. Okay, so I've seen there's two kind of big ways that I see authors before Tertulia were creating websites. One is they'd hire a designer, custom built, all the bells and whistles maybe they want or not, but they've hired somebody to do that. Often that was what's very expensive. It can be hundreds or thousands of dollars. You have to maintain it over time. I have authors who are like, I don't know where they registered my domain. They ghosted me, etc. That's one route. Not the best. The other route is to use a Squarespace or one of these website providers, which are fine and they're state-of-the-art technology, but they're generic. You know, you also create a photographer website or a barbershop website or car mechanic website on them. Tertulia, number one differentiation is built specifically for authors. What does that mean? As I said, we're booksellers. We know what the best practices are around merchandising books. We know what the best practices are around positioning yourself as an author. We know what the best practices are around author reader engagement, retail links, all of that stuff. So this is really built specifically for authors. I think that's just the bottom line here about how we're different. The second thing I would say is just like ease of use. So because we have that, as I've started to say before, because we have that metadata at our fingertips to pull in, you don't have to copy and paste. You don't have to do data entry and all of that. It's so easy how we generate these sites for you. And then we've got this like elegant onboarding, which kind of intuitively walks you through the process of customizing. So I haven't seen any website builder that is quite as elegant and actually fun as that. I had somebody write in yesterday who was like, this is so fun. I was like, that's true, it is. So it's easy and it's fun. I think the third thing I would say, our customer care is super hands-on. I don't know of a single software company that has such amazing customer care, and that's because we're kind of obsessed with it. I mean, we were getting back to some customers within minutes, certainly within a day, and you don't even need care. Honestly, it's so DIY, this software, but things come up. Like maybe you're not sure about how to authenticate your MailerLite account, or things that sometimes can be a little thorny. Transferring your domain, and so. That customer care element is something we think is like really puts us, positions us as something valuable for authors.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think you mentioned this earlier, but I'm going to reiterate it for some of the folks who are just coming on. Does an author or publisher's book need to be completed to start the process of building their website?
No. So many of our authors, they have an ISBN number or an EAN number already, or a ISIN number if they're Amazon only, and they put that in and they move through the process. That's great. You don't have an ISBN number, it's not a problem. Maybe you want to start building buzz. You could go to our homepage, authors.tertulia.com. And what you'll see there is don't have an ISBN yet, click here, and there's a super easy onboarding process, and you can get your bio up there. You can start your blog. You could start your events count, whatever it is. You could do a cover reveal. So you don't have to have your book already published by any means.
That's awesome. What kind of editorial coverage and book discovery opportunities does Tortulia offer to new and established authors?
Great question. We're not just a software company, we're a books company. We do tons and tons of curation, very rich, robust content on our bookstore at tertulia.com. And you know what that content often revolves around is author recommendations. Readers, especially avid readers, which we have an incredibly avid reading audience. I mean, the number of books these people buy. They really connect to author recommendations. So we have a feature where our authors are invited to share their recommended reading attached to an author profile. Now that author profile links to your website, could link to your socials, you have a little bio about yourself, but also puts your books up front and center with purchase links on tertulia.com. So that's a really special opportunity. It gives you a little bit of SEO juice because that's a piece of content out there on a very heavily trafficked retail site as well. You can link into it from your website. So that's the big one. We also do pre-order campaigns for our authors who are coming out and they want to offer a discount. So if your book qualifies, most books do, you could get 25% off that we make the investment in, which is awesome. You get it, everybody's price sensitive. So you can share with your fans and followers a limited time 25% off your book. So that's been a huge source of growth for us, and it's this very mutually beneficial thing with our authors and our readers. And TikTok shop, we have a TikTok shop. So if you have a certain number of followers on TikTok, you want to get your book in the shop, you can reach out to us and we can explore that. So a couple different ways that we can feature authors.
That's awesome. So I think some of the audience may want to know how user friendly is the author website builder for someone that doesn't have a lot of technical experience? Like, what's the setup process like?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it literally could not be easier. I was at the Thriller Fest conference a few weeks ago, and tons of authors coming through who are pitching. They don't have a book yet. Some who already have tons of books, but they're looking for a new site. They stopped at our table, Janice. They set up their site there, like, while they're drinking a coffee, talking to people. They set up their site, onboarded, pushed it live that day, and started blogging with pictures at the conference with their favorite authors. It's so easy. And you can do, there's some aspects of it that are more customized that take a little time and focus, but it's super easy. We've had more than one 90-year-old author who is not tech savvy. And they have used it. We did get on Zoom and helped them with a few things, but it really is just super easy. That's the point.
I love that. So it goes into my next question. What kind of the customization options are available for the author websites? Can folks use their own domain name?
Yes. So customization, we're constantly increasing customization options, but many of our sites look like wildly different from each other. So when you start out, you set up a base kind of template. You choose from I think we have about 12 base templates. And then from that, you build out, and that template might be, a certain color scheme, a sort of look and feel minimalist, or, a little more elegant, or Poppins is like bright and kind of splashy. And so you choose that base case, but then you can add on homepage blocks for call outs or do a big immersive photo. You could do, kind of highlight. If you have series, you could do all your thumbnail covers at the top to show your full series. Other customizations are, around, of course, colors. Like, so based on that original template you select, you can change colors, buttons, whatever you like, exact shade that it might be your brand color in some cases. You can move modules around. Maybe you want your bio on top and your books below because you're working on sort of building up your personal brand and whatever enterprise you work in. Maybe you're a coach or, a teacher or whatever. You want to kind of put your bio up front. You can do that. So the modules are very easy to move around. The colors, the themes, the fonts, all that stuff is flexible. And then there's kind of an upper level of customization around the homepage where you can put your own personal stamp through images. I had somebody yesterday who wanted their entire mission statement loud and proud on their homepage. So we helped them put a block up on their homepage to share that. So it's we love a like simple, legible, easy site, I must say. But you could put your style on it. You can put your personal look and feel.
I love that. So, guys, you can customize it. It's easy. They have editorial coverage opportunities. So, I hope you guys are taking notes because, like I said, we are going to have a giveaway later. But this is some really good information. So, I hope you guys are following Tertulia. We're going to add a demo after the live. We've mentioned it in Metadata Mondays on Monday. So, just make sure that you're taking in all this great information. Does the website builder integrate with any other like email marketing services for building out a mailing list?
Yes. So as I mentioned before, we're very obsessed about email. We see that, our pre-order campaigns we do with authors multiple times better performance with email than social. So we're very obsessed with this. We have created a kind of area within the Tertulia site builder where you can sync your email signups with MailerLite and with MailChimp, which we've seen are two of the most popular providers out there for authors. If you don't use one of those, it's fine. You just download your contacts and upload them at your provider or in your email client. We also we launched a reader magnet. For those of you who don't know what a reader magnet is, that's a tool that helps you incentivize people to sign up for your email list by giving them something, some premium content, maybe an exclusive chapter, behind the scenes look, a personal letter. So we enabled that. So we send that automatically to your fans when they sign up for your site. So yeah, and then you can customize the email sign up. Maybe you don't want to say newsletter because you don't do that. You do occasional updates. So we try to make that a really big part of the site builder. Big believers in that.
I love that. So Mailer Lite and Mailer Chimp, guys, make sure to write those down. So are any analytics provided to kind of track visitor engagement and sales through the author website with Tertulia?
Yes. We have an entire real-time analytics panel. So when you log in, front and center is your analytics dashboard, geographic engagement, pages visited, purchase link clicks, social media clicks, of course, email newsletter sign up clicks, all the stuff that you need as an author. Again, this is very focused on author specific engagement and marketing.
Absolutely. Well, I love that. So this goes into the very last question, guys, probably the most important question. Does Tertulia offer a free trial or discount code for IngramSpark authors and publishers?
We do. Okay, so let me talk about the free trial first, and then we'll get to the good stuff, which is what you guys get as a discount, and you're not going to believe how inexpensive it is. It's too inexpensive. It's just too cheap. I don't like the word cheap, but yeah, so free trial. 14-day free trial. There's literally no reason not to try this because you don't have to put your credit card in. You just go in, you put your ISBN number in, it's public information. And then you put your ISBN number in, we create your draft site. You put in your email that gives you your allows you to log in. You can play around with it for 14 days. You can go to town customizing it. You can try out the blog, try out everything on it. The only thing you can't do is connect your domain. Once you're ready to connect, you love your site, you're ready to go, you activate a subscription plan, and then you connect a domain. We connect the domain for you if you haven't done it yet. It could not be easier. No I'm going to think about it. You just put in what domain you want. We put you on auto renew so you don't have to remember next year. It's free the first year, the domain, if you choose our annual plan. And after that, $15 a year. So it's normal price. And then you publish. In terms of the subscription plans, you as an IngramSpark community gets 30% off. So this, to be very specific, $6.99 a month for the annual plan, and $8.99 a month if you go monthly, which means you don't have to pay up front. You go month to month because maybe you want to try it out first. So it literally, I mean, it's not even like your coffee budget for, it's crazy and expensive. And this is what our, kudos, so I haven't mentioned, but our software engineer team is incredible. It's world-class tech and it's what authors deserve. And we haven't seen anything like this out there for them. And we know that we need to keep this affordable for authors. So really, again, I think everybody should try the free trial. It could not be easier. And come into us with questions. Respond, talk to us, give us feedback. I love to hear feedback. We are directly using author feedback on a daily and weekly basis, plowing that right into our roadmap to develop features based on your requests. So really looking forward to hearing what the Spark community thinks.
Oh, you guys, $6.99. You guys for a cup of coffee. Absolutely. That's amazing. So Lynda, thank you so much. We're going to dive into the question and answer. So now if you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I did receive one during our conversation, so I'm going to dive into that. It's from Merteal Editorial. How would you recommend speculative fiction authors leverage an author website? It's often easier for nonfiction authors to see the value, but not as much for fiction authors.
I could see what you're saying. Thank you for the question. I could see what you're saying because I feel like nonfiction authors with their website, sometimes they're involved in some community of interest, institution, organization, or profession that they have a kind of built-in community around. Whereas fiction authors, they kind of find their community. But I think it's kind of about your voice. It's like about connecting with the readers in the world of like the world building that you do in speculative fiction. So that could be the occasional blog update about what you're reading and how that influenced you. It could be the occasional blog update about your writing process. It could be just sharing that like behind the scene. I mean, what I see is a lot of fiction authors are sharing either the behind the scenes about what it's like as they're writing and going out on book tour. And there's a lot of, you'd be surprised how much kind of interest and kind of romance there is for your readers in that. And it creates like a human, I don't know about you guys, but every time I'm in book club with the actual author or I read a book by a friend or somebody I know, it looms in my imagination so much bigger. And that's kind of what we're getting at as a fiction author. You're kind of creating more of a relationship. It's like giving people like a look behind the curtain at who you are as a person. So I think that's kind of what it is. And if you don't want to blog every day, or you don't have a newsletter, it's in how you present yourself and the about page, and like kind of giving people an idea of who you are. So I hope that answers your question.
Absolutely. I think someone had a question. Yes, we do post the episode after it's aired. So if you're just now coming in and you missed the bulk of it, it's totally fine. You can watch and replay. And like I said, follow Join Tertulia. So that way, if you do have any questions, you can inbox them a direct message. All right. Jacob said, does this include e-commerce, being able to sell your book? So you probably missed that portion of the conversation, Jacob, but I'm going to let Lynda answer that for you.
Yes, great question. Okay, so I didn't talk a lot about the purchase links on Tertulia. So there's a few angles here. One is that you have full control over where you direct your readers. So we have default links. We pull in all of the purchase links for you. You don't have to go and look around at Barnes and Noble, and Tertulia, and Amazon. We pull those in for you. You can turn some off. You can turn others on. You can add your local indie bookstore if you want. You can add your Audible link. You can put one at the top that you want to promote. You can label it a certain way. IngramSpark users, you can use share and sell. And we have seen plenty of authors who have taken their share and sell link and made that front and center. Buy from me, the author. And that's a really compelling thing for readers to know that they're supporting you more directly. Highly recommend that. And then finally, the actual checkout at present you cannot do on Tertulia, but we're working on that.
Absolutely. ML Bruin says, are there metrics for the owner to watch number of visits, etc., for the websites? And yes, we did answer that, but I'll let Lynda take that one again.
100%. Yeah, we know that that's important because you got to be measuring what your efforts are, what's working, what's not working, and the effort that you're putting in here. So we have a full analytics panel, real-time information, not just how many visitors, but which are purchase links, which are sign-up links, social clicks, purchase clicks, newsletter sign-up clicks.
Awesome. Okay, does anyone have any other questions before we jump into the giveaway portion? I don't think I'm seeing anything. Welcome, all the newbies who are just joining the conversation. We will post this in Reels so that way you can replay it later if you missed anything. But we're going to jump into the giveaway portion.
Right.
Awesome. So my first question, if you're now joining, great time. Go back and watch the episode. What two email marketing providers did Lynda mention that Tertulia integrates with for marketing, for your email marketing campaigns? She mentioned two specific email marketing providers. Can you list those in the comment below? And the first person who answers correctly wins. Emma, yes, you can sign up at Tertulia.com and you can follow them at Join Tertulia. Also, we've posted at the link in bio the IngramSpark publisher rate, which is cheaper than the standard rate that
Yes.
Tertulia offers. So make sure you go to the link tree at the link in bio. It should be there. Yes, Mertil Editorial, Miller Lite and MailChimp. Yes.
All right.
That is absolutely correct. Mertil Editorial, make sure that you send your full address and full name, no P.O. boxes, to the direct messenger for IngramSpark, and we'll make sure to get that gift out to you this week.
Nice. Congrats.
All right. The second question, what was the promotional price Lynda mentioned for IngramSpark publishers and authors? What was that price point that she stated earlier?
Monthly or annual, either one, right? Could win.
Mm-hmm.
Extra credit if you remember both.
Yes, extra credit. I'll throw on an extra something special. Yes, Heather. $6.99. Wonderful. Yes, Jacob, 30% off. I'll throw you something in there too, Jacob. Jacob and Heather, send me your full name and your full physical addresses. Yes, I'll go ahead and send that out to you. All right. Lynda also mentioned some of the key analytics that's included in Tertulia. Can you name some of those in the comment below? She talked about what Tertulia offers as far as analytics on your dashboard. Can you mention some of those that she talked about earlier? Uh-oh, we have something. Anybody?
I mentioned this twice.
You did. The analytic features. And if you don't remember, that means you have to sign up and go find out what they are.
Thank you, Janice.
You're welcome. All right. Oh, so you want me to repeat the question? What were some of the analytic features that Lynda mentioned that's available on the Tertulia website for authors? What are some of those analytic features that she mentioned? She mentioned them twice. If you can name some of those below, you can be my next winner. Anyone?
Maybe I should just answer this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead.
Do I get to win?
Yes, yes.
No, it's a full analytics dashboard, visitors, geographic distribution, clicks on purchase links, clicks on social links, clicks on mailing list sign up. What am I forgetting? Oh, traffic sources. That's a good one. Where are they coming from?
Geography. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome. So this, guys, this is my guys and gals. This is my last question. All right, and I ask this every time, and I always get someone who doesn't know. What are some of the previous topics or guests that I've had on Ask the Self-Publishing Expert? Any topic or previous guests? And if you don't know, that means you have to go back and watch those episodes. A previous topic or guest. And they're all in our reels, guys. They're all located in our reels. Let's see. Do we have a winner? A previous topic or guest. Yes, Build It Beyond, Anita Willis. Absolutely. We did have one with Book Buddy Media about audiobooks. So yes, Anita, send me your full name and physical address and I'll make sure to get that out to you. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me on this latest episode of Ask the Self-Publishing Expert. Let's give a warm round of applause for Miss Lynda Hamas, everyone.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Please
appreciate everyone's time.
Yes, thank you so much for joining. Please, please, please make sure that you're following Tertulia. Join Tertulia or Tertulia for Authors. Please make sure that you go to the link in bio. You learn more about Tertulia. Please make sure that you sign up. $6.99. You're not beating that anywhere, not even a cup of coffee. Please make sure that you explore those options and opportunities with Tertulia. They're a great company to work with, to explore and just work with. And we've had so many IngramSpark authors say beautiful things about the company. They've shared the curated list that they've been on Tertulia. So this is a great opportunity for all self-published authors. Thank you guys so much for joining in today and have a wonderful day. And I will see you all next month.
Thanks, everyone.